Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. This is Aki Awasap. Today's lesson is entitled Number of Unemployed Black Women Grows. And Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, which are the true names of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son in the Paleo Hebrew. And as always, the sit downs, the lessons, the street speaking is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel of the Most High, to you as the gospel preached. So I have this report from CNN News, and basically they're saying the latest job report released Friday, which was yesterday, indicated that the U.S. economy added about 22,000 jobs in August. And the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.3%, which is way higher. The highest it's been in nearly 4 years. The unemployment rate for black workers in the United States rose again last month to 7.5%, which is a lot higher. The highest level since October 2021. It says, a rise in the black unemployment rate is often considered the canary in the coal mine, foretelling a broader scale job market slowdown. So they basing what the black community job market looks like on the potential for the future of the job market. And he's highlighting the number of unemployed black women grows. Remember a couple of months ago, they were saying that black women, let me see. A couple of months ago, they were saying how black women, let's see. Yeah, a couple of months ago, it says black women have experienced significant job losses in 2025, with over 300,000 leaving the workforce between February and July. Right? They're leaving the workforce because there's no jobs for them. And I don't know if you remember the DEI incentives, which it was found out that a lot of so-called white women, and white people for that matter, benefit off these DEI incentives, but you did have a lot of black women get caught up in it. And we're going to play a little bit of this video, get some prophecies, and Lord willing, be edifying to the Lord select.
Employment numbers. That's not my guidance. That's the guidance from economists and experts who know much more about this than I. But let me explain. Right now, the U.S. unemployment rate is at 4.3%. We just learned that very few jobs were added in August, about 22,000. That's not good. If you were to describe this via text, you send a red alarm emoji. Now, for black workers, the data is worse. For now, another month, the unemployment rate is going up. It's now 7.5%. That's the highest it's been since October of 2021. And it's a number we've been watching ever since it was 6.8% in June. It's two alarm emojis. You dig even deeper, and you'll find that black women are disproportionately struggling right now. The jobless rate for black women is at 6.7%. The last time it was that high, September of 2021, back during the pandemic. Add one more red alarm emoji. Why is this happening? Economists have told us that when we see the unemployment rate going up for black people, it's a sign that it could soon go up for all people. And as our CNN business team explains, black workers are disproportionately employed in frontline and lower wage industries as well as the government workforce. So what comes for...
And one of the things that we've been saying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is that the Lord is going to affect Jake by touching his pockets, which is a phrase we use to identify that the Lord is going to significantly affect Jake's finances. All right, and Jake is short for Jacob, and we're talking about the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. In this case, we're talking about the Southern Kingdom, the Negro tribes. So the Lord is affecting the finances, which ultimately Esau is doing this because at the end of the day, the global elites, they have an agenda. They have an enterprise. They have a goal that they want to fulfill, which is found here in Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, he is talking about the Edomites, so-called white people that's in a position of power, the nobles, the upper echelon, the shadow government, the bankers. It's going to cause all. So it's not just going to be the Israelites. It's going to be all nations. Like it's saying Habakkuk, he heapeth unto himself all nations and gather unto himself all people. But the Israelites is going to be his primary focus. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which is a implantable technology, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. So this mark deals with commerce, buying and selling, save he that had the mark or the technology, or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, which the beast is his power structure ruled by the Edomites. Scriptures also call it a scarlet colored beast, dragon. All right, and it's ruled by the Edomites. It says, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and six, which really goes into the UPC code, Universal Product Code, which each device that go under the skin will be linked to a unique identification number. And that's going to be the way in which you identify yourself in the system. You're going to have that technology in your hand is going to be linked with a serial number. And once you scan it on a scanning device, it'll be able to pull up your banking information, your driver's license, all these different unique things that associates who you are. So ultimately, Esau is bringing down this economy. All right, it's going to be a man-made famine, man-made social economic collapse, right? All in the efforts for him to convince people to get this technology so they can be partakers in this new society that he wants to create, which the Lord Yahushua, which is he who in the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he's going to come and destroy this kingdom. Right? But leading up to the destruction, Esau has to push this technology, and we have to see this economy fail. And we seeing that black women, you're going to be majorly affected by this. All right. Now I'm going to go over here to Isaiah 32. And we've been saying over the years that the Lord is going to visit you, haughty black women. All right. You lived a life full of luxuries and benefits and dealing with all the men you want. And now the Heavenly Father is visiting your iniquity. This is Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Which this is twofold. It's talking about kingdoms. But, you can also apply this to women. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. And women in this society have been at ease because of the different government assisted programs that this place had to offer. The court system favored women. Divorces favored women. Child support favored women. We live in a society where it's pretty much a matriarchy. Women is led. Women is in a position of power. Women lead. And it causes women to be careless and at ease or comfortable. It says, rise up, you women that are at ease, hear my voice, which the voice of the Lord is the prophets. When we make these videos, whether it's the sit downs, the in transits, when we in the cars, or we on the highways and the byways, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit is being channeled through his men, through his voice. All right, hear my voice, ye careless daughter, give ear unto my speech. Supposed to be paying attention to what we bring out. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. The gathering shall not come. The vintage, the old ways in which you've been able to hold yourself up in this society is changing. All right. Things is going back to the old ways where women ain't in positions of power, financial power and authority. And with balance, you got women that got the bag. You got women that's able to weather the financial storms, you know. But majority of women can't do that. And it's gonna come a time where women is not gonna be able to go to Target, go to Walmart. You see the TikTok rants, you see the TikTok uh reels, the Instagram reels where women is coming out complaining about capitalism and inflation and prices going up, cost of living is going up. Women can't weather that storm. All right. And Esau's turning his back on you women, you know, taking your financial liberty away, which enabled that ease, like we're reading in Isaiah 32:9. But we in 32:10. It says, many days and years, which is days above a year, shall ye be troubled. Ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Trump is taking away EBT benefits. He's taking away your jobs. He's taking away all these societal benefits that really upheld women. You know, the child care, the low income, the Section 8. It says, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins, which goes into humbling yourself. These women don't wear sackcloth, they're wearing tights, booty shorts, spandex. Everything that they wear is revealing. You can see their whole figure. They leave nothing to the imagination. You know? But that's that whore culture that America pushes out. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Women is, you seeing it now. This is happening now, lamenting. Let's go into this word lament real quick. Goes back to the Hebrew word sequad. That's the sa, qua, da, sequad. Well, lament. Let me give you an example of that. Let me give you an example of women lamenting for the teats. Absurd cost of living. Most of these is women. Talk rant, absurd cost of living. Still not enough. People are working multiple jobs, still broke. Americans struggling in this economy. Dark side of healthcare. People are fed up. Mostly women. Let's see if we can get some other channels. Let's just find some other channels outside of that one. Somebody might say, okay, well, that channel is just pinpointing women. Here go another one. Tell them, boy, college degrees keep becoming worthless in this job market. Women as a thumbnail. This is from the best TikTok compilations. Inflation, cost of living, housing crisis. Women. DD's African perspective. Why so many people regret their college degree? Women. Recession indicators. Women. A couple of men, but it's more women. 30s and 40s and feeling like a failure. Women. Okay? You get the gist. That's more than 2 to 3 witnesses. As it says in the law, in the mouths of 2 to 3 witnesses, then you can establish judgment. So on the TikTok rants, we seeing women wail. We seeing women lament. We seeing women mourn. They're crying. It says they shall lament for the teats and for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. They wailing because things ain't beneficial for them anymore in the society. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, which is a position of difficulty. Thorns and briars, it chokes plants. It prevents them from growing. And that's what's happening. These different financial and economic distresses that's happening in the society is preventing people from growing. They can't get the job they want. They can't get the house they want. They can't afford the apartment. They can't get the car. That's another thing. Repossessions is up. That's all I be seeing is repossessions. Cars getting repoed. Yeah, upon the houses of joy in a joyous city. America is a joyous city at one time. But now things are changing. In pursuing the Isaiah, the 13th chapter, as this society is going down, the value of the Israelite man comes up. This is Isaiah 13 and 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, the Edomites, the people that's in a position of power currently. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So as the Lord is judging this place, bringing this place low, look what happens. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. And that's the Israelite man. Our value comes up. And in order for the Lord to fulfill this, then that means he's going to be putting his men in position to win. All right. Hey, brothers, we in a position to win. We ain't coming. Hey, us that's in this truth, that got this testimony of Yahweh Shai, that believe in this information wholeheartedly, the Lord is finna put us on a high level. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, and gold is hard to find. All right. So we're going to become a rarity, Lord willing, we those men. Even the man in the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of Yahweh of hosts in the day of his fierce anger. So you see the sentiment, as this place is getting judged and being brought low, the Israelite man is on a level. Let's go back to Isaiah 32. We're going to hit it from the top. Verse 1, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. Yahweh Shai and his governing body, the holy apostles and prophets, the tabernacle of David. A man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest. As rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. A man of the Lord is going to be where the protection is. These are the things that's going to make a man more precious than fine gold, because he's going to have a hedge of protection. In the eyes of them that see, brothers that's in the truth, shall not be dim. We're going to be fully illuminated. We're going to have all wisdom. In the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, which that was us at one point in time. But we understand the knowledge. We understand the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's found here in these scripts. And the tongue of stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly, and we do that by way of the videos. And as this place is falling and the men is coming up on the level, women are going to flock in droves. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, time of judgment, 7 women shall take hold of one man. 7 is just a number. It can be 10, it can be 3, it can be 20. One man, that man is the man that the Lord is going to have as a hiding place from the wind, a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in the weary land. A man that's going to have that protection of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Women is going to sense that power, and they're going to take hold of that one man. And they're going to say, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Not that they will actually say these words, but the point is, they're going to be willing to get back in that feminine nature. They're not going to be asking you to have this. Because when you look at women today, what are the requirements? You got to be 6 feet. You got to be muscular. You got to have a business. You got to be making 6 figures. You got to have a foreign car. You got to be able to travel. You got to, you got to have all these different prerequisites in order to even get a female's number. But that's going to change. We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Once again, not that they will actually say these words, but this is the mindset that, look, I just want to be a woman. I don't need all this extra stuff. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. They're just going to want to be our wives, because they're going to be dealing with a reproach. Let's go into this word reproach here. And we've been going into this for years, starting off with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. We've been speaking on this for many years, and we've seen it come to pass. The Lord is speaking. Reproach goes back to the Hebrew word cha rapah. Cha rapah. Scorn, taunt, reproach. Upon condition of shame, disgrace. It's gonna a rebuke. It's gonna be a bad time for women. You know, and they're gonna want protection. A lot of homelessness, not a lot of evictions. When I'm out doing my deliveries in these various cities, all I see is a whole bunch of furniture out there on the sidewalks, and people aren't buying furniture. They not throwing out their mattresses and their couches and tables and nightstands and coffee tables on the streets because they just um refurnish their house. These people are getting evicted, and that's the furniture that they left in these houses. And the management just throws them out on the curb in hopes of somebody else coming and getting this and that and taking it off his hands. So evictions and homelessness is rising out here in Los Angeles, and that's a reproach for women. Women can't handle $2,300 rent, especially with the data coming out in regards to the number of unemployed black women is growing. All right, let's read a little of these comments. Let's see if anything fits what we're talking about. You might have to come back. I don't even see nothing. Yeah, I don't even see nothing interesting, but the title is interesting. Hey, the point is made. Black women is suffering. Isaiah 32 is coming to pass. Women, all right, is in a position where they lamenting for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. They lamenting for those old ways. All right. The Lord is warning. Because you're gonna have women that's believers of this truth. They're gonna be linked with men of the Lord and they're gonna be protected, but they're gonna have to humble themselves because that man is gonna have other women. All right. And it's gonna be a reproach for women, like we read in Isaiah 4. All right. And as it's a reproach, it's going to be a lot of different economic shifts that happen in the society that's going to make your daily life experience worse. Like we're reading in Isaiah 13, which this deals with prophecies about Babylon. This Babylon is America. All right. The Lord is going to be punishing the world for their evil. All right. He's going to cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And what makes people arrogant and proud in the society is their college degrees, how much money they make, the jobs they work, the cars they drive, where they live at, what clothes they have on, all this carnal stuff. And the Lord is bringing all that down. Then you have the port situations, which that's going to eventually lead to things becoming very expensive at these stores. Pads is going to become expensive. Then it's going to be panic buying and chaos and all kind of stuff. So the report approach is going to be heavy. Now, you can watch the whole video. I'll put it in the chat. But hey, number of unemployed black women grows. Things is going to get worse in the society. All right, and if you're a woman, a believer that watch these videos, the Lord is going to link you up with a man of the Lord, but you got to humble yourself because that man is going to be linked with other women. And this is for the sake of salvation, not for us to be just living our best lives, having all these women and all these different things. It's for the sake of salvation and the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. At the end of the day, the counsel of the Lord is going to stand. So, Lord willing, you're edified on the Sabbath. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us this truth. Shalom, Akim, stay strong, stay watching. It's happening.